revolution and more violence. Don't allow politics to make you hate your brother, man. Now take my full step and protect your motherland. You can save LRP once you wear against your hands. Everybody around, they're pressing that way. This country that all we got, no shit for the blame. Yeah, too much gang can bring a lot of fun. If we change my people, I think I did. You will not say you won't bring war, because you not win, so the things fall. Got a contraband, you won't think
It's now 10 minutes going up to 8 o'clock. At this time, let me welcome you to this brief interview with Kennedy David K. Zinnah. He's currently here in our studio. My name is Gbarpolu, so wherever you are, keep glued to your radio. I'm going to be here for the next 15 minutes with him. Together, we'll be discussing his platforms and some of the things that he is currently involved in with respect to development activities. So let me go to the studio too. Honorable David, let me say welcome. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, and you? Thank you.
Okay, I hope you are getting me loud and clear.
I'm getting you just a little bit low out here, but I'm getting you.
Okay, let me try to increase the volume. Okay, let me say welcome to the Voice of Poor.
Thank you.
Okay, now tell me a little bit about yourself, David K. Zinnah. You are contesting in this particular 2017 election. Some people have been hearing this name. Some of them have seen you, but they don't know much about you. So how can you talk a little bit about yourself before we go to your current activity in the district?
To know more about me, I say I'm David K. Zinnah, like you said, from the Zinnah family, David Kamara Zinnah, that is. I'm married, 4 children, 2 in college, 2 in high school. And I have a background in business administration, and then followed by some engineering skills. I'm a child of this soil. Parents, mom, pops, all from here. And I just chose to come back home to do some work.
Okay. Now, look at your current activity. You are also contesting. You provide 10 contesting for 1 seat in electoral district 1 in Gbarpolu County. So tell me your current activity.
My current activity in the county has a lot to do with development. I'll tell you, our first project from Totokwale to Hindi, that was a project that we commenced last year, sometime in May, and it's still ongoing, but we're going about approximately 85% into our work. And it was a virgin forest, virgin road. No vehicle have hit that road before. And we chose to bring civilization to those people that haven't had the opportunity to get one, and have been promised those roads and they've been lied to. So we chose to bring road to them, and not because of the political process, but because I felt it was time to do good in Gbarpolu.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the road issue. You are so involved in construction of road. The other time you were in small Town, and you promised the people of doing road for them as well to go to small Sobe in. So tell me a little bit about the road in Totokwale going towards Webama in. How much that project cost?
That project went to where we intended for it to stop. We are around the Webama Inn right now. That project is about 20 kilometers in distance. 20 kilometers, to be precise, is 19.8 kilometers, which is worth about $825,000 in value. We have about 5 other roads that we intend to build. We stopped in Webama so we can start the construction of the road from Small Town to take it through to hit the other road, and then we'll create a junction where it can hit the river bank.
So is the Totokwale Webama road completed now?
The Totokwale Webama road is about 80% into completion. We have both those bulldozers that hit Webama right now.
So how soon will that be completed? Because you are diverting our attention to other projects.
Yes, what we're doing there is we're trying to do all of our bulldozer work and then move in with motor grader. We just had a groundbreaking program day before yesterday in Jalon Town, where we'll be building the road from there to hit Bomama. And the bulldozer is already in that area. They should start bulldozing maybe tomorrow or day after, pending on weather. But once that is completed, we'll be starting on the Godroman project and moving from Godroman before coming to Henrytown.
Mr. Zinnah, the issue of groundbreaking, the other time you were in Small Herring Town. So tell me a little bit about that. Is that work ongoing, or what is the status of that?
What we did there, it was symbolic. Because the machine was already in the area, we couldn't. We intended to start Small Herring Town immediately, but because the machine was already in the Jalon Town belt, we decided to open the road and hit the Bumble Man, then the machine can come down towards Small Herring Town. So it wouldn't make sense to pass all of those work, come way down, and then go back to start that work. But those are all work that form part of our priority project, as we refer to it.
So someone can say is another way of you campaigning to win the minds of the people.
You could say so, but our project is not driven by winning the minds of the people. Our project is driven, whether we win or not, we'll build the road we promise. All of our project will be completed, whether we win or not. The politics has its role in what we are doing, and it's major because you get more opportunity that you can build more roads with the level of equipment that we have backing us. And those equipment, we don't have to go borrow, we don't have to go credit or pay money for them. So with, the office of the representative, you got more opportunity and privileges to like fuel and other things. And I can assure you, if that office were accorded me by the county or by the district, the people, there wouldn't be any town in Gbarpolu without road. There would be no town.
Wow, that's great. So it means that you are spending so much money on the road network, the connectivity of the road issue. The one from Gokala to Bomberman, how much does that cost?
That road from Gokala Bomberman by public works standard, every virgin road that is built, every kilometer is approximately.
I think that is a rehabilitation. The road from
that
Gokala.
is a rehabilitation. So we cut that value down to about $25,000 on rehabilitation, but the actual standard is $45,000. So and that road is about 7 kilometers. So if you do $25,000 by 7 kilometers or times 7, you will get a figure of what it's going to take to do that road.
So are the people really appreciating the work you are doing?
Henry, the best thing that can happen is when you see the smile on the people's faces when they hear that road's coming. So our county being so landlocked and so out of touch with the rest of the world, and we have politicians or people yearning for political office gallivanting around here, and who say all over the place and doing nothing, spending $10,000 on printing T-shirts and cannot do one project to show to the people that indeed when we take over your office, this is what we are going to be doing. Instead, they gallivant around and just talk. But I can assure you, with what we bring to the table, with what we currently have as assets, we also will be an access to this district.
So apart from the road connectivity, is there other activities that you are engaged in? Do you have other projects that are currently ongoing?
Apart from the road connectivity, let me just tell you, the youth of Gbarpolu, I'll speak just on Gbarpolu before I go to the major one. We are one of the darkest city in this republic, and we got children going to school, don't have the ability to get light for studies. And their activity also has a lot to do with sports. And for like in Gbarpolu, I intend, whether win, don't win, to build a basketball court, to build a volleyball court, that they can congregate with good sportsmanship in different areas. Okay, outside of that, we intend to create about 150 jobs in our first year of office.
The first 1 year?
First 1 year.
So that's a promise to the people of
That's a
Electoral
promise
District
to the
number
people.
1.
Our first 1 year, 150 jobs will be created.
So what kind of job are we talking about? Is it agriculture or what kind of job?
We have
Training of job?
agriculture as part of our platform. I can assure you, one thing that will not happen, we will not use our agricultural fund to sponsor family abroad. Or to
So
send
the
children to
150 jobs you're talking about,
The 150
are they going
jobs,
to be white-collar job or are they going to be labor?
it will be more a blue-collar job because we will train the people. It will be more like an industry where we use their skills to produce items that we can export to sell for international market, and the return come back to Gbarpolu to pay those people that produce them.
That's great. So let us look at your platform now. You have talked about role, you have talked about empowerment of youth and sporting activities. Just tell me a little bit about your platform.
Our platform is rich in that we pledge to build road everywhere in Gbarpolu district. When we complete Gbarpolu, we will extend our hands to the rest of the other part of the county. That's primary for us. Second, we will select Kwanina, Herringstown, as our pilot project to provide pipe-borne water system. It is not a myth. We don't come to promise. Nobody called me to say, go build the road to Hendy. But one of our first projects will be to create an enabling society to create jobs for uneducated women and also create jobs for educated women, semi-educated people that they can work in an industry producing materials that we can market out in the international world. That's one. I spoke about pipe-borne water system.
Mm-hmm.
With my background in hydro engineering, we have water almost all part of Liberia, under the earth. If you come to my house, I have a 100 feet borehole well to supply my house with water. And we can do the same thing in Henry Town. If you go to Weala today, one of the projects we undertook there, if you go online and research Weala water system, it will tell you indeed that we are the brains behind it. Okay? So we can do the same thing in Henry Town, providing pipe-borne water for Henry Town. Okay? And once we use that as a pilot project, we will make it our business that every 6 months we must produce pipe-borne water in another village or another town that people don't get access to safe drinking water. It may sound big, but it's very inexpensive. It's affordable. Our leadership can afford it, they can do it. Why it's not being done, I can't say much about that. I know I can tell you what I'm capable of doing.
Okay, now with respect to your platform, we come back to the road issue. You know, sometimes when it rains on the road around Compulsory Junction, sometimes some people can sleep on the highway. So I think that is one of the road issues. So what are you doing currently towards issue like that?
Could you repeat that question? I didn't get you clear.
For example, I'm on a road network. When it rains around 6 to 8 hours, car does not pass at Compulsory Junction. If you go there, sometimes you may sleep there. So I'm asking you now, since you are concentrating on the road network, connecting road from places to places, so what are you doing right now to help the people to that place?
About Compulsory Junction, right?
Yeah, Compulsory Junction.
Okay. Compulsory Junction is what would I would consider a engineering default.
What do you mean by that?
When the engineers built the road, when this contract, which is about $14.8 million from Broadview to Beleala, was awarded, they should have taken into consideration that was low land. And they are the kind of road construction we are coming into. It wouldn't be to do roads that public works have had access on, have had work done on it. Reason being, when you go and touch a job that public work already contracted to someone, there's a lot of different implications that come with it, because they have engineering drawings that you must go by. I understand the plight of the people is high when it comes to that area. In order for us to address such a thing, right now as I speak to you, we are preparing a backhoe, which is a multifunction machine, to send it here into the county. And we intend to give that machine to the city hall to use it for 2-3 months at no charge to help